Welcome to Another Look, a film podcast where we go back and discuss a filmmaker's body of work, from their hits to their misses, as well as genres, eras, movements, and everything in between. On this week's episode, we are discussing Neo Noir. Kind of. I'm Ian Killian.
I'm Jordan Muchnow.
Ben Riley.
Charlie Murphy.
You still fucked me
Doy.
up.
Doy. R.I.P. Charlie Murphy. And who was the other guy? Michael Ballhaus, the guy he shot for Fassbender and
Scorsese.
Yeah.
Yep.
But also, did you guys watch the new Kathryn Bigelow trailer?
I didn't watch
No,
it.
I
No,
did.
what is it?
I saw it was
Detroit?
up, though.
Looks pretty interesting. Looks pretty good. It's like a 70s thriller, like based
About
in
like
real
Detroit
life.
riots, right?
Yeah, there's riots, and it looks like this band like stays in this like hotel, and they're like messing around like with a cap gun or something like that, and they shoot it, and the cops hear it, and they like search the thinking it's a sniper.
Really?
And they like hold them like to gunpoint, like, yo, where is this type of thing?
That's such a
It makes me think of the rooftop at your old apartment.
Kind of.
With Brendan.
When Squid threw
he threw
firecracker
fireworks at the cop.
firecracker at a cop, and we didn't answer the door for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They ended up on the roof,
They
though.
kept knocking, yeah. They crawled up, and they're like, is this safe up here? I was like, it's a fucking ladder.
Yeah, we're like, he thought we were luring him.
Yeah, come
Luring him.
come on up. Then you bonk him on the head. Okay, anyway. Ben, what did you watch? You have anything lined up? Because I know Nick doesn't.
yeah.
I'll just this was like 2 weeks ago now, but me, Jordan, and Nick saw Ghost in the Shell,
Oh, yeah.
the adaptation of the original anime TV show
And the
thing.
manga.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally was not a fan. Actually, all three of us were pretty lukewarm on it.
Yeah. Could have done without.
Yeah. For some reason, I was excited for it. I don't really know why.
It looks cool.
The style is cool.
Yeah.
It does. It looks cool.
Michael Pitt in the trailer, I think that's
Wait.
Michael Carmen Pitt.
Yeah.
For some reason. You know about that?
No.
He like is randomly billed as Michael Carmen Pitt. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's like his new thing, if he got married or
All I know is that it's random as fuck.
I was like, who? What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't.
It was just random.
That's like a Nick thing. Who cares about that
He
shit?
did keep saying about it when we
Yeah.
were in the movie.
It was visually stunning, but
Yeah.
that's it.
It's not horrible. It's just so
No.
meh. It's literally...
The more I
it's-
think about it, the
it's
more
so
I
meh.
think it's kind of horrible. What isn't horrible about it?
I think the story's good. I think it just doesn't have any narrative drive. I definitely can't say it's not thematically interesting or visually interesting. I have no problem with those.
I didn't give one fuck about her character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the story I was a little uncaring about. It does look cool.
I thought Michael Carmen Pitt's character was the most interesting one.
And he's like
Is he the guy with like the black eye
cyborg.
things?
Yeah.
Oh, or is he like the secretive guy?
Yeah, he's the he's
Okay, because
he's
at
like
least in the
the-
trailer,
You make-
it looks like he's the bad guy.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see any. I didn't
Oh,
know
okay.
anything about it, so I thought he was the bad guy at
Yeah,
first.
I don't know anything.
I'm surprised you wanted to see it at all, to be quite honest.
It's very anime looking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it reminded me of a Wachowski brothers. It looked like the Wachowski brothers.
The Wachowskis.
The Wachowskis. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because that influenced them for the Matrix.
Yeah, Ghost
the
in the
Yeah,
Shell
anime.
was
it
major
really
influence.
looked. It seriously.
Yeah.
I was thinking of them the whole
Yeah.
time for the most part.
Same with Dark City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, I would not probably recommend.
Watch the anime.
I'd give it a 2.5.
Soft or hard?
It's
It was
soft.
pretty soft.
Yeah, flaccid.
Loosey goosey.
Yeah.
Jordan, what did you watch?
I watched the Toby Hooper Salem's Lot.
Oh yeah,
The old TV movie miniseries.
the long one. Well, I guess they're both kind of long, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the I've never seen the TNT one. It was okay. I really like because I just finished reading the book recently, and I really like how they handle the vampires at your window. That whole aesthetic is very creepy, like very ghostly.
I think
and
that's
the
like the best
scratching
part.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think Barlow looks very cool, but in action he does not, because they show him too much, and he like
Is he the guy with like the little skinny?
He's the
teeth?
Nosferatu
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
vampire, which is what in the book he's not like
See it?
that.
no, well, yeah, they don't describe what he looks like. I don't believe.
To me, well, I feel like in the book it's more like he's so normal looking. That's
Yeah.
that's like what's kind of scary about him.
So Rutger Hauer did in
Yeah.
the mini TV.
TNT one.
Rutger Hauer was him.
Was your
Yeah.
favorite? Was your favorite part? I know your name.
That's in the new
It's Barlow. Then Mikey's like,
The Starsky and Hutch guy wasn't very good in it.
No, David Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But
it's
James
okay.
Mason. Yeah, James Mason was cool. It's just too long, and it's like there's no the book. I don't know. Even the relationship in the book is not that good, and it's very not that good. In the movie/miniseries, I've been hearing people say that the It miniseries is garbage now too. Like they're going back and not liking it, but I loved that.
It depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking book to adaptation, or if you're just looking at straight up just as is.
I really like it, but I can see what people will.
I don't know
like
if
about
everything
it.
aged super well.
Yeah.
But I still like it.
Tim Curry has some goofy line delivery. in
I'm
that
sure.
movie that-
Mostly making fun of John Ritter.
Oh,
What's wrong with him?
I don't think.
That's just I don't know. I don't know. I don't personally know. I haven't watched it in a while, but that's what I'm seeing around.
I have a feeling, just like watching like what I remember,
Just like terrible acting.
Think about what I remember. I don't know if it would hold up, at least for me.
In my mind, it would. It terrifying.
That movie fucking terrified me.
Yeah.
That changed my life basically, just because.
And the
I was
stop
afraid
motion
of the
at the end
the
with the
shower.
Yeah. The stuff with the kids is far more interesting
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
the stuff with the adults.
Did the trailers get you like? I was like the trailer.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, I
for
thought it was fine.
I like it. It doesn't show enough, but that's
Yeah.
okay. It's not
It's a
supposed
teaser.
to.
Yeah. I felt like
Except for when he hits his head on the thing. That's stupid.
That's overthinking it.
Yeah. It is. It's stupid. I'm just like, this kid's running.
I think they're just giving him an excuse to why his boat got away from him, which is not
Yeah.
really. I don't know. Didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
he's chasing-
it seems like a gag. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that could have been the way the trailer was.
Yeah,
too.
it could.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Very true.
Nick, what'd you watch?
I watched April Fool's Day on April Fool's Day.
Nice.
Is that a horror movie?
Well, without giving spoilers away, you can say it is, but
What's the spoiler?
well,
Is it spoiler friendly?
well, I liked it, and I liked it a lot, and I'll tell you why, because it completely fucks with your expectations. The way it's going is such a typical by the book slasher movie, especially for back in the mid 80s.
Oh, it's an 80s movie?
Yeah, when all that was, and it even had Scream Queen Amy Steele from Friday the 13th is pretty much the lead in it.
Which one is she from?
She's part 2.
Oh,
Pardue.
And but anyway, fuck it, I'm gonna spoil it.
That's fine.
Spoiler alert. Basically this girl plays this whole murder with. She takes her friends out to this lake house that she owns, and this whole elaborate thing happens where these people are quote unquote getting killed off, and the only people that aren't in on it are Amy Steele and her boyfriend, and anyway, at the end, you think they're about to be killed, and they open up a room, and all the victims are in a room, just like hanging out, acting like nothing happened. And it was it was a big thing.
It's kind of April Fool's kind of movie too. Like that's like a prank on the audience.
Well, exactly. It was a prank on the audience because I was like, this movie is so mediocre because there's hardly any blood, there's hardly any gore, there's nothing really aesthetically cool about it, or the story is pretty unoriginal.
Yeah.
But anyway, long
On
story
purpose. Why would? Yeah.
Did the ending make it?
Yeah, the ending.
Oh,
made
that's
it.
cool.
I was
That's-
like, this is pretty cool. This is
Yeah.
an original plot.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I ever saw it.
Quit moving your mic, please.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I dug it, and I'd
Cool.
recommend it.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
It's worth a watch.
What-
They did a remake though. And
what
I'm
is
sure
the
that's
killer?
terrible.
What is the killer supposed to be like during the movie?
She's the person that invites them all to the house, and she's.
Is she like dressed up like something? Or?
So what is April Foolsy about the movie besides the twist?
so much
Because they have to have something else.
the whole movie. She's playing pranks on them throughout the house, like. The cuckoo clock has eyes and just a bunch of goofy stuff like
gotcha kind of stuff?
yeah, gotcha stuff. And then at the end, she's about to slit the person's throat, and the knife goes in like a little plastic gag gift type thing.
yeah.
I'm giving a terrible.
No.
description of
It sounds
No.
it sounds interesting.
It's worth watching it if you're
It
interested.
sounds like without the twist, it's not worth watching.
No,
yeah, it sounds like a copycat.
Yeah.
But then the twist is like,
it's
yeah,
like 80.
gotcha.
It's only like 89 minutes. It's not.
I thought, and you sure you liked it?
I wonder if knowing the twist though will make it like
Yeah, exactly.
suck.
I kind of spoiled it now, so it's nothing.
No, I mean that's true, but
Yeah.
I mean, 89 minutes.
I think I have time to spare. I haven't really been watching much, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
Me either.
Me either.
The last thing I watched were these two movies, and that was a week ago. And then before that, I watched The Matrix with Squid. That was the first time Squid watched The Matrix. And he's sitting here right now in a big fucking leather overcoat with sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And the sunglasses don't have arms. It's just sitting on his nose.
I remember going in the like coming mall after that and always seeing people walk around.
Trench coat mafia.
With
You know what I'm
trench
saying,
coat.
dude? Don't go to school tomorrow.
Squid likes that shit.
Trench coat mafia. That was Nick. You fucking acted like you're. I don't know. Whatever.
Squid likes that shit.
But anyway, Matrix. That shit still held up.
I haven't watched it in forever.
Favorite movie growing up?
Me too.
It's even like I don't think the CGI looked that bad. Because
I think it looked really bad in Reloaded
okay,
but
well, I haven't watched
because-
those in a while. I'm waiting for Squid.
because they rely on a lot more
Got a bigger
convoluted
budget.
fight scenes. You know what I mean?
This isn't CGI heavy.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was used.
Choreographed,
Revolutions.
all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Revolution sucked.
I liked all of them as a kid.
I did too. So I have to. I'm
only-
totally willing to
Yeah,
marathon.
I've only
soon.
seen the last one time.
Yeah.
That was in the movie theater.
I think so too. And
Yeah.
and I always give the Wachowskis a chance. I like their inventiveness and their weirdness. So
Cloud Atlas was amazing.
Yeah. I love
so
I haven't seen Jupiter Ascending, but
Me-
Oh yeah,
Me
that's
neither.
not good.
Me
That's
neither.
not good.
But maybe this will rub me the right way and I'll like it. So
female audiences seem to like it a lot more.
really,
yeah, I heard
What,
that.
Jupiter?
Yeah.
I like Speed Racer a lot
It's like
too.
I do too.
Me too. We saw that one. That was the first movie I saw at the Cinema
Cinema
Center.
Center.
Yep, with Rob Acuzio.
Yep. First movie we ever saw
It's
together.
a random trio.
Yeah, and Justine. Yeah. He did he get us in for free? No.
No.
But he had to run upstairs and start it.
Yeah.
And then ran back down and watched it with us.
Yep.
Oh, did he work there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mine was Indiana Jones.
I watched
That
that by
was second.
myself after the connections. Anyway, yeah, so that's what we're watching and kind of recommending and not recommending. So this is Nick's month. He picked Neo Noir, kind of. We'll dive deeper into that. Any reasons why you picked it?
Yeah, stylistically, I think it's a cool genre of. There's a lot of movies that you could, call neo noir.
Yeah.
It's pretty broad.
And I definitely think that these are the next two episodes that are worth, if you're into neo noir, worth checking out.
So
That's my opinion.
yeah,
That's my opinion.
We'll get into this because, there's really no strict rules of.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's a very It's more of it's a style element.
Yeah.
And
And also the resurgence of this style is also a thing that you like too, or it came about in a certain era where you like, where it's 80s, 90s, you like that retro nostalgia VHS type of shit. You know what I mean? And that resurfaced around that time.
Yeah, I know there's there's some they refuse to call anything made after 1969 noir.
Yeah.
They only call it neo noir, but I've heard that some of the movies in the 60s they're even iffy on what to call it.
Yeah.
Because really, it's just the 40s and 50s.
Because I was looking at a timeline. At least this was for books.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no, actually, no. It was all media where the 40s and 50s big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Books too, all the detective
Yeah.
books and.
It was the craze.
Yep.
At the time.
Well, it didn't exist until after. No one knew what noir,
no,
noir was.
but it was
Yeah.
a thing.
it was a craze at the time, but it was
the books.
it was retroactively labeled.
and it came from pulp magazines.
Yeah.
I think it was called the Black Mask or something like that. It was one of the famous ones.
you guys might feel differently. When I think of neo noir, I think of Blade Runner.
Well, you're thinking that's sci-fi noir.
Well-
Are you thinking neon noir?
No, no,
You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah, but
You're thinking of it as just neo noir, as in without the other subgenre, which
Yeah.
is the sci-fi part.
yeah,
I don't understand that at all. That didn't make any sense to me. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
He thinks
quintessential noir
Yeah.
is
he's just
neo-noir.
calling it noir, but it's the new, not the classic 40s and 50s. It's what neo noir.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know that doesn't make any sense.
You know what? I think
People call Blade Runner sci-fi noir.
you know what? when I see like an elephant, I'm like, that's an elephant. No, I'm fucking with you. Okay. But what did we watch?
Squid's over there fucking laughing.
What did we watch?
We watched the Yakuza.
Oh, is Ben gonna say that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And actually, we've been saying it because in the movie they
Yakuza.
were Yakuza.
Yeah.
It's the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Which was directed by Sidney Pollack. It was written by Paul Schrader and Robert Towne. It was released in 1974. It stars Robert Mitchum, Ken Takakura, and Brian Keith. The plot synopsis is Harry Kilmer returns to Japan after several years in order to rescue his friend George's kidnapped daughter, and ends up on the wrong side of the Yakuza, the notorious Japanese mafia.
The action was surprisingly awesome in this.
Yeah.
I heard like some hype about it, the movie itself, but not about the action. I was really impressed at those action scenes.
Yeah.
They were shot uniquely, like weird camera angles from like there was like a stab from like under, like the shot.
Some of
it was,
those stabs.
It was like quick cut but stationary.
Yeah,
and
and-
that never
and it was
happens.
like okay, so you just saw like the arm go into like the other person's stomach, and with the sword, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Mitchum, I was very, very curious because
because you love that like that screenshot of him with the shotgun
Yeah,
and the
like-
pistol.
I don't know.
I'm gonna see that motherfucker shoot a
just-
shotgun with one hand.
you just
though.
want him to kill Asians.
No. I built it up in my head that
Yeah.
he was going to be a complete badass in it, and he was.
and he was, yeah.
How old? I should have looked at this before. How old do you think he was when this
I would
movie?
say, like-
74 it came out, right?
Yeah, I would say like
60s maybe?
yeah, 60s. I'm not
Maybe
not too-
50s. I don't know.
One arm with a shotgun, the other arm.
So he
with
was
a
born in
pistol.
1917, and it was
Oh, wow.
74.
Yeah.
So like 60,
Yeah.
60s. So yeah,
Old grizzled badass.
yeah, and that's the shit you like too. So this was like a perfect movie for this. But one thing, this felt more of like a Yakuza movie
Yeah.
than like a noir. But there was those elements of like backstabbing. Like he was so he was sent to Japan to help his friend out because his friend fucked up a deal with the Yakuza.
Or he was supposed to give them guns with the money
and
they gave him.
Yeah, and he never did. And they kidnapped his daughter, I guess, which they don't really show.
I guess. And also, we find out later
Yeah, George is a
that
scumbag.
deal doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, he was just keeping the money. He didn't have the guns in the
He
first
was-
place.
Yeah, he was in.
He was
He
in
was
some
in
kind of
cahoots.
debt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was sent over there, and then shit blew up basically. But let's get to like the story element of it, where I got a little lost in the beginning. Maybe not lost, but I was kind of confused. Of like, I feel like I thought I missed a chapter of the movie.
I think listening to the plot line and then thinking it like tells you what the movie's about, but I don't get that vibe when I'm watching it
without
Yeah.
reading ahead.
Yeah.
I
I had to read ahead as well.
I don't even know if he mentioned his daughter being kidnapped in the beginning. Like
It is a little vague feeling in the beginning.
just really vague. Like
Yeah.
even if he said like hey, can you go over? You don't have to show the kidnapping.
Like I think like what they're trying to set up is the different culture.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Versus an actual plot because
Culture clash.
they even
Yeah.
do it in the opening credits with the text scroll. It
Yep.
has nothing to do with plot. It tells us what these words mean basically.
Yeah. Oh, they do that throughout
Yeah,
the movie
yeah,
a lot. Where
yeah.
like there's that one guy, his like Dusty, his friend's bodyguard that
yeah.
came with him.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
Yeah, he's great. He's in Friends of Eddie Coyle. That's another good Robert Mitchum movie. And he was like, generically like, "Hey, what's this?" And then she explained this Japanese thing to him, and
Exposition.
Hocus pocus.
yeah, and it's just like, oh, this Japanese thing that you never heard of. Well, it's this, and that's kind of laid on heavy.
Who wrote it?
Paul Schrader and Robert
Oh yeah,
Towne.
Paul Schrader. It makes me think
Well,
of Sidney Pollack writing it because it's
Well,
like I can hear him explaining these things.
I think they rewrote it.
okay,
I think-
from a Paul Schrader script.
No, from a Sidney Pollack script, maybe.
Okay.
So they probably
okay.
kept some of his kind of
Because I think
thing in
they added stuff to it.
Yeah, because he just reminds me of Sidney Pollack at the end of like Eyes Wide Shut, like questioning things that are different. You know what I mean? Be like,
Yeah.
why do you do like almost like Albert Brooks or like a comedian?
Okay, so it's written by it doesn't. Sidney Pollack doesn't have a writing credit.
yeah.
Leonard Schrader, Paul Schrader, and Robert Towne. So
I'm
maybe,
sure it's just his touch of
Yeah.
just the directing
Yeah,
in general.
Which he's done.
And yeah, Robert Towne wrote Chinatown.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that was a little heavy, and the issues, and there was just so much backstory. You could have made a whole other movie with that.
Yeah, I did not care about his past romance with the lady.
Yeah,
or-
like
No, not really.
Yeah.
it added like a little bit, like, you know, it talked about it made sense that he was like so comfortable there,
yeah,
you know, and that he knew the language.
It definitely helped integrate his character into the story,
Yeah.
which kind of had to be forced in, but he's cool enough for us to forgive it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's also like, you know, it adds dynamic. I think it wants to add dynamic to certain characters, like Tanaka Ken,
Yeah.
and even that girl, and all his two buddies too. But I just don't think it really added much to the current story, as it should have. You know what I mean? With it being that heavily relied on it.
Right.
But his one friend's apartment was sick as fuck with all like the old weapons, and
Yeah,
he's like, "Hey, I need a 38 special," and they opened a drawer and he
Got
pulled
one.
out
It was
this.
awesome.
This is a really dumb statement coming from me. Did it mention anything anywhere where, because I know his friend had all the weapons and stuff, but he seemed to me like he was a pacifist in the most.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, don't do this."
Yeah.
Well, he was in the war.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe he likes that stuff. He
And-
likes Japanese culture.
They all, yeah.
But I mean, he had like just a normal
Yeah,
fucking shotgun and a
yeah.
normal pistol, but it had a bunch of old like relic weapons too.
Yeah, he was always screaming like, "Don't stop!"
Yeah, there was a part where he
Yeah.
yelled like for like 3 minutes
Yeah.
when bad guys were coming in. It's like,
and,
"Don't!"
and he's always in the background, and then they'll like show him for half a second.
and it's still saying don't
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, but
I think this is a case of, I don't like to say style over substance because there's a lot of substance. It
Yeah.
just doesn't necessarily work.
yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and the style's awesome.
And it also might be a clash of those two genres. So, you know, noir has twisty, you know, some backstory stuff with like, you know, backstabbing, which happened in, you know, without explanation in like, in this movie. And also, in like Yakuza movies, there's always like a lot of name dropping and like weird, like respects towards people. And like, I don't know, maybe that like
yeah, they have like a almost like a like Geary is something they always brought up.
Yeah.
and like a weird mythology to that kind of informs what they do, and it doesn't really explain to us.
Have you ever watched that? Oh shit, what's his name? He was on MXC. Kitano.
I forgot about that. Let me see.
What's his fucking name? He made like Violent Cop. You know, Takeshi Kitano. He made like Sonatine and Zatoichi.
No, I've never seen any of the
He-
Zaitoichi. There's a lot of those. He made all of them.
No. He made the most recent one.
Okay.
The other ones were
Takashi Kitano is his name.
yeah, but he did Outrage. The
I haven't seen it.
but that's like I love those movies, but my
Yeah.
only problem is there's so many characters and like you have to know all these names and it's just like
Yeah.
jumping back and forth and like their respects to each other and like what alliances are on
Even-
who and they crisscross and like they
I don't even like Takashi Miike's gangster movies like Ishi the Killer and stuff like
I
that,
never
which
saw-
are like super.
I liked
gruesome.
his Yakuza Apocalypse kinda.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
I was
one.
kinda
I've
disappointed,
seen
but-
like a few of his movies, but he's just okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so maybe it had to do with the clash of genres, but I don't know.
The action sequences made it for me in this movie.
Yeah,
like when they're in the spa or whatever. and
Yeah.
he gets cut in the
His
gut.
nude scene.
Yeah, his nude scene.
I liked also there was also like a melancholy kind of to it, like the music, and it's like kind of
the music was really good.
Yeah, it does that little 70s sappy stuff sometimes, which is okay.
It's like the what you can tell Quentin Tarantino like was super into
Yeah.
for some of the stuff that he does.
Yeah, like I like Mitchum in this. He's awesome, you know, just this like pouty, sad, you know.
It showed him like there was a couple sequences that made me. I always like when they show characters brooding for some reason.
Yeah.
And there was a couple scenes where he was doing that. I'm
Like
badass.
walking around town.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
aimlessly.
He's like, we're gonna miss the flight.
We're
like
gonna go
two
for
times.
a 10-minute walk.
He's like, I'll be back. Like
Yeah.
on more than one occasion.
and the
missed it.
one time it all goes to hell.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
leaves.
yeah.
And I think his Japanese frenemy, his
Tanaka Ken?
Yeah, his
I love that final
blood brother,
scene.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their connection was really good.
Yeah.
They cut their pinkies off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. And I liked Mitchum's like I don't
Sacrifice for him.
his like seriousness to their culture. Like he was really a part of that. That I felt like that didn't seem like added on or out of place. I feel like that felt real to me.
Yeah.
But man, those fucking action scenes, like that first time they barged in, like during the like their gambling was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
And then
when the bad guys barge in on them.
yeah, I think
No, don't.
Yeah, that's when that's
yeah.
And
then,
obviously the end, it's like a video. It's almost like a video game, but it's just awesome because he's just slashing everybody.
Yeah.
It's like never ending.
And everybody
enemies.
just keeps running in.
oh yeah,
Are
you talking about in the apartment?
Yeah. Well,
What-
is it in the apartment at the very end?
What's the I was trying to think what the very end was because he goes to shoot the.
Yeah. It's before the enemies. It's after the enemies break in.
Oh, because they kill.
Yeah, basically
his
they
family.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually not at their apartment. It's at the what's his friend's name, George?
Yeah.
It's there because he goes in. Robert Mitchum goes in and he shoots all those
Yep,
people.
yeah.
And then Tanaka Ken is just slicing and dicing
Yeah,
everybody. And
yeah.
he and the Kato guy.
Yeah.
He has that like standoff with him, and
Yeah.
that part is awesome too. That's when it becomes it's like my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah. I forgot
because
about
he
that.
just starts slicing and dicing everybody, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And using swords is always cool.
Oh yeah. Especially it's cool to see like that stuff in modern day.
Yeah.
You know these gangsters are using like small swords and like daggers and stuff like that.
And they
instead
could
of
be
guns.
using guns.
Yeah, because a couple of them had guns.
Yeah, they still use guns. It's
yeah.
just part of their
It's their
culture.
Yeah, it's like
honor.
honor.
Yeah. That was interesting. And also, Robert Mitchum just like walking around Japan just looked interesting too. This big, broad-shouldered dude in like Japanese
out of
people.
water.
Yeah, very like small and like he was just a like.
Was it actually shot in Japan? Does anybody know?
No, I don't know. I it looked it to me.
Yeah. I don't. I'm no expert on that. But I couldn't tell.
It looked it to me. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie.
I figured I wasn't 100% positive when I chose it that we all didn't see it, but I was pretty sure we
I
all
never
didn't
did.
see
Yeah.
it.
It was on my list for a while.
Me too.
But I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, it really crept in my brain that I wanted to see it for a while after I saw it. It was on a 4-movie bill at the Mahoning Drive-In.
Oh, really?
That'd be
and
cool.
it was on Badass Month or whatever.
Oh, cool.
So it featured that with Invasion USA and a couple other movies like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, Robert Mitchum, and that's just really interesting to me.
Yeah, that threw it back on your radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I'm glad you picked this. This is a good one because it is like it has those elements of noir. Robert Towne wrote these little twists of very similar to like Chinatown. There's like you don't know the relationship between these two people if they're brother and sister, but they're actually husband and wife.
I wish my favorite focus of the movie is the relationship between Tanaka Ken and what's his name, Milch.
Mitchum's character.
Yeah.
Milch.
What's his last name?
Kilmer.
Kilmer.
Oh yeah,
Milch, whatever, Kilmer. But I wish it focused on that because I really like the concept of having to pay back your debts no matter what.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the guy and his friend who questions it and the Geary and like, what happens if you don't? And they're like, nothing.
Yeah.
You just have to. And I wish it kind of just like ingrained that from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of George.
Donald Trump hair.
Yeah, Donald Trump hair. Like, why would anybody else have Donald Trump hair?
Bad guys.
Yeah, bad guys.
He is cut. Yeah.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And that like past romance. I think the past romance is an interesting idea. I just don't think it works throughout.
It's not like
I think it's fine at the beginning. I
Yeah.
think that's the first time I was connecting to when he was in America. I could care less about what was going on.
Yeah. Well, the past romance between him and the woman from Japan.
Yeah.
Not Ken's and her romance.
Well, yeah. Once it fleshes out even more is when it's more
It's Ken's sister.
convoluted.
Yeah.
And when I don't
No,
care.
that's his husband. They're husband and wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the big twist.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a twist.
Yeah.
Oh, because they say their sister at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that.
That's basically why she wouldn't like leave
It's only mentioned like once. Like
because
his-
she could have gone off with Kilmer.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if they had a thing together, but she didn't want to leave her brother, but it wasn't really
Yeah.
her brother.
Yeah, but
it was
she
her
wasn't
husband.
she wasn't with him anyway because they lived in different towns.
Yeah.
Yeah. He lived in a cave in
Another town in Japan, like another city.
Yeah.
Probably also didn't want to take her daughter away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I
yeah.
guess he had to leave her because he wanted to leave that life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
Yep.
what forced them apart.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the shot where the blood was running down the tattoo on the back?
Oh,
of
that
the
was
snap?
awesome.
The focus on the tattoo is awesome.
There's a couple shots of tattoos.
Yeah.
And
They looked awesome.
They all
Yeah.
had the same tattoo, like a lot of those
Like-
the
oh,
gang
yeah,
guy- the gang
the
guys.
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made me want like a stomach tattoo or something like that.
Mr. Takagi from Die Hard was the guy, the mustache guy.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I honestly think it reminded me most of Only God Forgives.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Especially
I
the
guess
so.
especially the style is literally the same.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Like the way they frame shots,
Mm-hmm.
the beginning opening, how they flash and the color splashes over them and it fades out and it goes to another thing. It's just so similar in those ways. I don't think the plot necessarily
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
is,
yeah.
but the fact that it takes place in an Asian country,
Americans there.
Yeah. It's just I think the style is very much influenced by the Yakuza. I'm sure there's probably
I'm
got to
sure-
be somewhere.
I'm sure
where
he said
somebody
that. I'm
says
sure he
that.
loves
Yeah,
this movie.
Yeah.
And like what you said, I think like Quentin Tarantino said this is one of the best movies of all time, which he says for every movie
movie, yeah.
he likes. Yeah, so yeah, I like this. What are you gonna give it, Nick?
I'd give it a 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
I'll give it a 3.5.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 too. Very close to a 4, but I feel like there's a little something there that's stopping me.
Like it might move up if I see it again. But
Yeah.
Too much in between.
Yeah, there's just something that's sort
Yeah.
of withholding it because but I did really like it. I was definitely surprised. It wasn't like corny just like gunfight action, which I it's interesting. I like that.
Style definitely
Style's awesome.
gives it puts
the
it up a
style,
notch.
the style's all
Yep.
all that works.
And Mitchum getting stabbed in the dick and then cutting off his pinky. Cool. Hey Ben,
Hey,
what else did we watch?
we also watched Blue Steel. It was directed by Kathryn Bigelow. It was written by Kathryn Bigelow and Eric Red. It was released in 1990 and stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Ron Silver, and Clancy Brown. The plot synopsis is a female rookie in the police force engages in a cat and mouse game with a pistol-wielding psychopath who becomes obsessed with her.
Bam Bam Bigelow directed this.
Yeah.
So Nick whistled during Jamie Lee Curtis. You thought she was hot?
Which is exactly
She's
what she probably doesn't want you to do.
Yeah.
She's a very, very, very attractive woman.
Yeah, she wants
well,
you
that's,
to,
I think everybody knows that. Thank you. You added
she wants
that.
you to whistle at her on the street.
Anyway,
Yeah.
this is the exact same team behind Near Dark. It's written by the same two people and directed by Kathryn Bigelow.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Nick had a lot to say. So what is it?
Well, I think this movie is great.
You kept on going boing, 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 boing.
This movie, not only Jamie Lee Curtis is probably, if she's not my favorite actress, she's my second favorite.
Behind who?
Well, who's your first then?
Fucking
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
for one role.
No. But
For what is it?
what? What do you mean? She's in a lot of awesome movies.
Grease.
You just-
too.
I never saw that. What?
You don't know why you like her?
Yeah, she's a great actress. What more do I need to say?
She's hot.
No, she is attractive.
You know who's my?
Louise.
She's my favorite actress. She's so
Louise
hot.
Fletcher was in this. There are a lot of people who were at her table at Monster Mania.
She was
Oh,
at
was
Monster Mania.
Was that her friend who died?
Fucking tumbleweeds were blowing around her table.
Dude, she's like an Oscar winner, I think,
Yeah,
for
well,
One
she
Flew
could
Over His
win
Cuckoo's Nest.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's what they were promoting her
One
for.
Yeah,
flew
that's
over.
awesome.
No,
One flew-
What
one-
stupid thing are you going to
one
say?
certainly didn't fly over her fucking table. No one wanted that autograph for $65.
Is that how much they were?
Yeah.
That is absurd, but I wouldn't pay
I think-
$65
I wouldn't
for
pay $65 for fucking needle faces.
I would.
But her performance as Nurse Ratched in that movie is considered one of the best supporting female
she's Nurse
performers. Yeah,
Ratched.
yeah.
Wait, who is she in this?
The mom.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. She's-
Okay.
yeah.
Because I said, is she your friend? And you said, yeah.
What?
Never mind. Okay.
Jamie Lee
I
Curtis.
didn't hear you
friend.
say that either. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Her mom. Okay. That's why
Her
she
friend's Elizabeth Pena, the one that's in Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I was like, she's
Yeah,
in-
you were getting the
okay,
faces
yeah,
mixed.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
That is so random that she was at Monster Mania, though.
But I'm gonna bring up something hot and heavy.
What?
This isn't noir, bro.
You don't think?
No.
I do.
Tell me why. Oh, thanks. That's all I needed. Thank you.
Does this fall under the
Tell me why it isn't.
I just think it's a cop thriller.
straightforward crime movie? Like 90s thriller.
I think it's more horror.
more like in line with Fatal Attraction and shit. Like
Yeah.
You think
That-
it's more
that-
horror? How is that noir though? That's also not noir.
I do. I don't think it's noir either.
Yeah.
I think it falls in
there's-
line-
There's some elements, but I don't think it's noir.
Neo Noir.
No.
I don't think it's influenced by noir.
No, I don't think so either.
You know?
Wikipedia noir.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I'm not saying
Do you think Kindergarten Cop is noir?
No. No.
Why not?
who is your daddy?
Yeah.
What does he do?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that like, because we
There-
talked about this earlier. It's like it's fluid, kind of. You know what I mean?
I mean,
don't-
there's certain things that are straight up not, but I can
Yeah.
I can kind of like
you could wrap
you
it
could
in.
make it work
Yeah.
if you explained it enough, but you're not explaining it.
Yeah,
so.
there's a thing where people say that basically anything that's a crime or gangster movie can be considered noir in some way.
Yeah, and
we're just not buying that.
yeah.
I buy it.
I didn't really think about it honestly.
I just didn't. I don't see it as noir. I see it as a 90 like crime thriller. You know, there are like scary horror elements when he's like. There's moments
What?
that I love to see when he's like working out, and just like
Talking to
they
himself.
do
going
things
like-
with the music. It
going
reminded me of like
wild.
Halloween.
Brad
where it's just,
Fiedel's
like,
score in
atmosphere.
this was just
noise.
all atmosphere, ominous tones
Roger
the whole
Ebert
time.
compared it. See, if you want to ask my opinion about this movie, I think it's well directed but pretty damn basic.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plot is basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the villain is thin as hell. He's, you know what I mean?
And
like
there's something like cool about that, but there is something that I think it needs a little
He
more
just
for that
snaps.
for that villain. But like,
he's such a cardboard cutout.
yeah, there's not enough there.
I thought I liked him in it.
You can.
I thought he was really good because
I think the performance is good.
Yeah, but he's a fucking Roy
Just
Schneider
crazy.
ripoff.
he's a Wall Street. His day-to-day job
Okay.
is fucking just makes him
Those
snap,
Wall
probably.
Street people look like psychos when they're all
Yeah.
like screaming and shit.
Yeah, American Psycho.
And I thought this movie looked
I thought was weird
amazing.
I'll tell you what I thought was weird about this movie is that cops got suspended for shooting people. Doesn't seem like something that happens
And I don't
very
get
much.
why the guy at the cash register, he's like, I'm not sure if it was a gun. He was holding a fucking gun right in his face.
Yeah, that was a little
a lot, and there were a ton of people in
a little
the
loose.
store.
Yeah,
Yeah, how do you know? Yeah, that was stupid.
like understand.
This movie
A convenience. There's things that were
It's a
out
little
of
convenient.
convenience.
I understand. Like there could have been a thing where like she got suspended because she lost her gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
they
lost
lost
the gun 'cause he
the
stole
gun
it.
of
Yeah,
him.
that would have been understandably like that would have been enough for her to be suspended in my eyes.
Yeah.
You lost your gun. Where the fuck?
They made it a little more confusing than-
Oh no, it wasn't.
It was the criminal's gun,
criminal's
the
gun.
robber's
okay,
gun.
yeah. So
Okay.
lost the gun.
So basically, there's no evidence
Yeah.
that why did you shoot this guy if
Yeah.
you didn't find a gun.
Ron Silver, you say he's thin as hell, but that I'm comparing him to Michael Myers in Halloween. Michael Myers is the most. If you just take Halloween for one movie, he's the thinnest character ever. He has literally no
It's basic,
no
yeah.
motive.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
He's a psycho.
I hate to tell you, but certain things work for certain movies and they don't for others.
Yeah, I know.
You're telling me
And they-
Michael Myers works because of his mystery.
He doesn't have any
because of
lines.
what you don't learn.
He has no lines.
We followed this guy around the whole movie.
I don't know. I just thought he worked because he was he was clearly infatuated with her, and he.
I just feel like there's maybe a little bit more to say for his like his story arc. Like it seemed like he did have like he fetishized her with a gun.
Yeah,
And that's all interesting shit. I think him
that's
like
interesting.
being like this rich has everything. You know what I mean? But he has to fucking stir the pot. He has to go and do this weird thing. But I think I just needed something a little bit more like. I don't know. Nothing felt like concrete or something.
That scene where he shot that innocent guy, that old guy on the street, made me feel like he was like the gun, like he was like basically possessed by the gun. He looked like he was completely like I can't explain.
Stiff and
yeah.
It's
I
controlling.
don't know if they said anything about like was when he got that gun from the floor. Was that like the first time he ever had thoughts like that at all? Did they really like
didn't
go into
explain
that
it.
at all?
No, it didn't.
Yeah, because
It felt kind of random.
yeah, and there's something about that too that's kind of cool too. Like this random person could do this.
It feels a little bit like an X-Files episode villain or something.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
can see that.
Yeah,
Which is good in the X-Files.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
think he
not so
wanted-
much for a movie.
I think he wanted to be killed at the end. He just
I think the problem is they justify how he's able to get away with things which are completely ridiculous every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Especially
shooting
if
a
the
cop
yeah,
in
exactly.
front, shooting your cop's friend right in front of her, and then them not believing who shot her. Like,
Yeah.
do they think she shot her? You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
they don't. Who else would have?
it kind of just moves on from one thing.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
It
And-
does
and-
get frustrating,
and-
that kind of stuff.
And I
Yeah.
get that they want to frustrate Turner's character,
Yeah,
but like it's too much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It becomes too unbelievable.
Yeah.
I couldn't buy it from one step to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these cops aren't that stupid. Luckily, that like her friend when she becomes a detective, that aspect is kind of weird too.
goofy. Yeah,
Yeah, but the head detective guy
Clancy Brown.
does begin to believe her.
Yeah, yeah.
And they need that because otherwise it just
yeah.
completely.
Oh yeah.
I
feel
like him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
good in this.
I
Yeah, he
always
does a good
like
job.
him.
What else is he in?
Pet Cemetery 2.
Oh.
He's the villain in Highlander.
Oh,
Shawshank
Highlander.
Shawshank
Yeah,
Redemption.
yeah.
He's always like most
He's
time he
usually a
plays
prick.
Yeah, bastard. Yeah.
I always confuse him with the guy from Cobra.
Yeah.
Like Sunken in-
I could see him in Cobra.
Sunken
He'd
in
be-
eye,
yeah,
like
he'd been awesome. Yeah.
Here's a question. I may have just missed something, but how does she? Because she's in another store at the beginning of the movie, buying
like
he
something.
looks
across the street.
She sees it from across the
Yeah,
street.
because he
Okay.
pulls it out and then she
Okay.
I'll tell you one story element that I didn't give one fuck about, and that's her family dynamic.
yeah.
Her dad was
her-
anti-cop.
Her dad, yeah, or like anti-woman cop or something.
It's like my fucking
And then-
daughter's a cop.
and then there's like this weird thing with like
Oh.
her mom being abused by her dad.
Yeah. Like,
Dude, why the fuck wouldn't she just shoot shoot him in the fucking head? Like,
Well, she like feels bad like when she's like arresting
but
him.
then they're
and-
like, everything's fine,
yeah,
Dad. Don't do
I
it.
agree that
Don't do it again.
that was unnecessary.
Smacks him on the wrist and like, come beat my mom again, and then the bad guy's there.
Yeah, I think it's well directed. I think it's pretty damn telling that this movie doesn't stand out like the worst thing ever because of the direction.
Yeah,
Because I think the
the
script
story
is
needs
pretty-
fleshed out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty rough.
Yeah,
I thought, again, I'll say it again, I thought the cinematography in this looked
I think it looks
great.
good.
Yeah.
Like a smoky, like
There's-
blue.
yeah. There's some cool shots of the one thing that stands out to me is when he reaches out for the gun. It's like a real tight close up of
Yeah.
his like how his hand goes around it, and it's just like this like special relic or something.
That's what
you
I'm.
know?
That's when I
Yeah.
said like I thought it was like trying to tell you like the gun was like possessing him.
That's
in
an
a way.
interesting. That kind of makes me like it more.
I mean,
You know,
it.
maybe you should talk about it more, and I might like it more. For
Yeah,
real.
convince him.
Yeah, convince me to like it.
I mean, another thing that really that rape scene was
Oh yeah.
that was hard
Yeah.
to watch.
Absolutely. Because
That's-
it doesn't build up to it. It just happens.
Yeah,
he just jumps on.
He's like,
Yeah.
now did I miss something here? What like noises are coming? He's like making like
You know what
fucking like
he's making animal noises.
Yeah, he's like-
he's
yeah.
he's
Like
a fucking-
grunting.
like a primal
Yeah.
freak. Yeah.
that's what turned it in my head. The switch turned on a horror movie.
Oh yeah, like that whole scene is very like horrific. Then there's like a heat shootout at the at the end when they're like in like downtown New York shooting
Yeah.
at each other.
Yeah, I was starting to lose interest when that happened.
I think
That
that
part.
shootout was a little dragged out because like there's parts where they're just exchanging fire back and forth and that they're not hitting anybody or you know.
I like the final shot in the movie where she's just like after she finally gets him, and she's just like sitting there.
Oh, and it sort of sits on her, and you hear the sirens come.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is
Go
that
ahead.
final shot?
I think so.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I think it's interesting how this might, as far as I can tell, if I'm thinking correctly, that this might be the first movie by Bigelow where she explores like a female character and sexism.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh,
and
that's an interesting part.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
I do too.
Yeah,
Like,
they're mean to her like
Instantly.
straight
As a co-
off the bat.
Yeah, they doubt her. They don't give her jobs. That she's
Yeah.
easily suspended. When she goes to that party and the guy tells her that she's a cop, she tells that guy he's a cop. She's like, "Really? What made you want
Yeah,
to do that?"
they're all. Everyone is very.
And-
very anti-cop
Well,
in this movie.
it's not, and it's just like not. He wasn't like anti-cop. He was like anti-girl. Like he was disgusted because this pretty girl was gonna be a cop. It's like I can understand like being like meh about the cops. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
like,
he's gonna get a ticket. His taillights out.
yeah, his car's all fucked up.
Yeah.
but fuck. What was it? But yeah, I definitely think that's an interesting aspect that I forgot about because I watched this like a week ago.
I think that's probably the strongest
Like
part.
this is like quote unquote like a man's world, and you know
Yeah.
she's trying to break that and live and do her own thing, and I think that's very interesting dynamic.
I think part of nobody believing her at any of these extreme events, which are silly,
Yeah.
is I think that plays into it. It's just not like enough. You know what I mean? For me to buy them, because my brain turns off because I got annoyed that the characters were so stupid.
I think there's shallow or stupid characters,
Yeah.
but
Things
there
are
is,
pigeonholed a lot to the end.
there
you
is
know?
like some interesting elements there.
Yeah.
I like another thing I like about this movie is I know how desperately Jamie Lee Curtis wanted to get out of that scream queen stigma, and this is like the first movie where she's the lead,
does good in it.
and she basically is a badass. But it's not I think it's more horror, but you can't really pigeonhole it as a horror movie, and it's her breakout. I mean, it wasn't a very.
I don't see it as a horror movie. I see elements, but I would see like a more of a crime thriller because there's scary moments, of course, but
Yeah.
Yeah, thrillers are horror in their own
it feels
way.
very much like it's time. You know what I mean? Like a lot of those movies did then.
I don't know. I just got
was this like 94?
90.
Is it-
90.
like the score.
If it was 94, that'd be interesting because it'd be after the Rodney King thing, and
Oh,
they'd probably add something to it
Yeah.
because there was probably a lot more debate about being critical of cops
Yeah.
after that than there is before. Because comparing it today, it seems pretty surprising that they were held to a certain standard. You know what I mean?
Rampart.
Yeah.
Woody Allen. Or Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Woody Allen.
Woody
Rampart.
I just don't think you should do that.
Fucking old turtle.
It's nothing groundbreaking, but I liked it.
You're allowed to like it.
Yeah, we're not.
You're defensive.
You got offended that we don't like it. That's
No.
funny because you talk shit on everything we like.
No,
How's it feel?
no.
This isn't a noir.
Yeah, I can't wait for next episode.
Oh, when we watch the ultimate not noir, some fucking dude in a
Gonna do some research.
suit. Yeah, we better read up your Roger Ebert's 13 Rules of Noir, because Batman ain't one of them.
I'll read it.
I'm gonna be the heel. How's it feel?
That's okay.
You can't handle the heat.
So you feel pretty.
Heat's a noir,
Hell yeah, it is.
but
Do you feel
Blue
pretty-
Steel?
I feel confident that
that this
Batman,
is noir.
No,
You feel like you're shaking a little bit.
I feel confident that Batman is more noir than this.
Okay, so we'll leave it up to our listeners too.
Yeah,
So if you guys know Blue Steel and
Is
know
it
Batman
noir?
1989, let us know if it's noir.
that's okay.
And he'll
I think you could debate that none of these movies are noir.
Really?
I think you could also debate that they
But
all are.
It's
except
not noir though. It's neo noir.
dude, we're just using that as a blanket term.
Okay.
So
Which was my point earlier
so
that he was making.
yeah, so neo
Yeah.
noir
Blanket.
Yeah, so neo noir. I'm just short. I don't
Neo
want to
noir
say
is just new, like post 70 noir.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's other elements of film
Yeah.
mixed with noir.
Yeah.
But
shit.
But unfortunately, Blue Steel has none of it.
There's a lot of it.
I don't know what.
Please tell me. She has a gun. She's She's a cop.
Are there many female cops in noirs?
No, they're usually femme fatales.
Yeah.
Good shit.
You could have talked me into saying, "Hey, this is like a crime horror movie." I would have been like, "You know what? That could be."
I heard that Halloween comparison before about this
Roger
movie. and I
Ebert
think-
said,
is
"That's like
that
on
who said
the
it?
first
Yeah.
sentence." He's like, "This is."
I think
it
that's
makes sense. Like, I love that idea of like evil doesn't give up, evil doesn't stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You shoot him, he's hurt. You know, he pops out, and like that's interesting. Like the scene where he pops out of
like when he shoots her friend.
Yeah, he just goes
the
around
audacity
the corner.
to pop up.
I thought it was like a nightmare or a dream,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I was like, "Wow," you know.
Yeah, I think you could. I think that scene could go both ways, but I do think it works. You
Yeah.
could be like, I think it's stupid that he gets away with it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you could be like, because that's right after he gets caught first time, after he gets arrested and let go, like immediately after.
And Richard Jenkins as his like lawyer is
He's awesome.
he's an asshole.
He's awesome though. He does a good job. He's a good lawyer.
Oh
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Yeah,
That's an early role.
Yeah, even though he's still old and
Old.
balding.
forever old.
Yeah, it's funny. Who was the police captain? He's in something else. Like,
No, he isn't
Like
allowed.
drawing a blank.
was that
of
the Home
who-
Alone dad? Was that the
No.
No, John Hurt.
He was in something recently I watched.
I'm like drawing a blank on who it is, but I
hang
do.
on.
We need to find out because he is a.
He's just a guy in everything. Oh, is he a dad in the Small Soldiers or something?
It's Kevin Dunn.
Small soul.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the
Stir of
Yeah.
Echoes.
Yeah.
That's the
He's
only
in-
thing I.
he's that
He's in
fat ass
Transformers.
Yeah.
Transformers.
Yeah.
Is he
Dad, Shia LaBeouf's dad.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
I
it-
knew he's like a dad in some.
Yeah,
movies.
Yeah.
He's in a ton of shit.
Isn't he that guy in Nip Tuck that goes, the
No,
guy that,
no.
oh, okay.
I don't watch Nip Tuck.
Well, what the guy in Nip Tuck?
What does he say? Something about
He
has like, a
like wants to
fetish.
get his legs amputated,
Yeah.
even though he
Oh.
doesn't need him.
Fucking
to.
Nip Tuck. That's the.
So he doesn't
American
need
Horror
his
Story.
leg.
Yeah.
have a problem.
Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
funny.
That was
I
like
know-
his
I know-
first big thing.
I know why Nick watched that.
Nip
I did
Tuck.
for the
Yeah,
It's an
sex.
awesome show.
You just fucking
The Carver.
pulled your
I
pud.
like the first couple seasons.
Yeah, after the Carver season is when I
You
lost.
pulled your pud.
Yeah, I pulled my slung my ropes to it. Just kidding. No, I didn't.
Your what's the snorkel?
Purge,
Purge
my
my
snort.
Okay, so you want to give us a little review or a little rating?
4. Hard 4.
Nice.
And no pun intended from
Come
previous
on.
discussion. I'm kidding.
I know.
Doy. I'll give it a soft 3.5.
He's flaccid.
I'm going 2.5.
I'm gonna give it a 3. There was enough there for me to like it. But
2.5.
dude, you do this it's funny because
Dude, you've given half stars to movies he loves.
yeah, isn't that funny that
Yeah.
you're the one that bitches about like
Yeah.
people's ratings?
Oh, you don't like my movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I gave you reasons.
You don't like
Yeah,
Jamie?
you don't give
You
reasons.
Yeah,
say because
I
it's
just-
shitty. Or
You don't like
something.
Jamie?
I liked her.
2.5 is like it's almost good.
Yeah.
Did
it's
you
on the
think
cusp.
Ron Silver was good in it?
Moments.
I just don't think his character is.
His character's awesome.
I like the part where he's like working out and flipping, but I think it was stayed at that point too long where he's like
Like
"Who
extreme
are
close
you?
up of his face for like a minute.
Get away! Who are you? And it's just like a little blatant. Where if like I just see him like psychotically lifting weights, I was like, that's sick. You know what I mean?
Like I respect the craft, but I think for its era, it does not stand out at all.
Okay, now go ahead.
Do you respect the airsoft?
Let me
That's a shout out to Squid.
let me
Did you hear me, Squid? Respect the airsoft.
going back to Kathryn Bigelow. I'm not sure if I mean there's a good chance we might revisit another one of her movies
Yeah.
in the future. But where would you rank this in her directorial?
I'm not too.
I haven't seen
caught
enough
up
of
on
her movies.
I don't. Okay, so I think they're all like enjoyable at least.
Let me look because
Either-
I've seen almost all of them. I think.
So
I like this type of Kathryn Bigelow better than the
what
political.
am I missing?
Point Break she did.
I saw that.
Zero.
Saw that.
Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker. I saw that.
K-19, The Widowmaker, The Weight of Water.
I need to see K-19 again.
I was a kid when I saw K-19.
Strange Days, Point Break.
Oh, I like Strange Days. I like Point
Near
Break.
Dark, The Loveless.
And Loveless, I never finished.
I think after Strange Days is where her style went. Not that I don't like it, but
I don't know, man.
Her
I
shit's
was
good.
yeah.
Strange Days is awesome.
I don't know what if
That's a noir, sci-fi noir.
yeah, it's like tech noir.
Yeah.
I like Strange Days too, but when I recently watched that, I only gave it a 3.5, which is good.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't love it, and I would probably give. I'm at like either Zero Dark 30 or Point Break the most.
Is Zero Dark 30 noir?
the
like
the last
anything.
20 minutes.
War noir.
Tom Cruise saved that movie. Apparently, did you hear that news?
Tom Cruise missile.
Yeah. He's
No,
the
I
one.
don't-
He was the one who actually killed Osama. So
Well,
the movie wouldn't have been made.
well,
Batman
fucking
Noir.
World Trade Center movie was made because World Trade Center happened, and Mark Wahlberg was gonna stop it if he was on that plane. Luckily, oh shit, no, he should have been there to stop it.
Batman's noir.
All right, yeah, go at
Okay, so what
what's
else are we
next
watching?
episode?
We got a noir, neo noir movie, Batman, 1989.
Okay,
And we've got Dark City.
Alex Proyas.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I've never seen Dark City.
I've seen it once, but it was a while ago. So
I remember when Nick bought it from Circuit City.
Mm-hmm. No, I bought it from Sam's Club, but you were with.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll talk about Gods of Egypt. We'll talk iRobot,
Yeah.
Knowing.
Okay.
the
Well.
Crow.
We'll be at the
Yeah,
Williamsport
the
Comic Con recording the episode.
Ooh, yeah. Next
Yeah.
weekend,
Ooh.
Williamsport Comic Con.
You could see us live.
Yeah, that's. You can come up to us and talk shit.
But if you
While
look at
we're
the
recording.
flyer, we are not on the
Yeah.
flyer.
Yeah,
for
we're
some
not
reason.
on the flyer. We're not.
We were forgotten.
And-
Take your dick out and piss on us, because that's pretty much the equivalent of what we're like to the flyer.
So,
like being
so
vengeful.
if anybody has like a generator, we could borrow because we don't have electricity.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, we don't even know if we're gonna have a table.
Or
so
like maybe bring a chair.
We
Yeah.
might just go there and talk about it and not record it, and this episode will never come out.
Yeah.
just go there and
Some-
we might just go there and we'll
You'll
literally
never
turn,
find out
pivot,
why
and
Nick
walk
thinks
right
Batman's
back out.
I'm gonna chill with that one steampunk guy.
Yeah.
So
There's a good chance that we're gonna walk in and our feet are gonna pivot and immediately walk right
But
back
who-
out and
who
walk down
knows?
into this basement.
I don't
I'm
thi-
sure we'll be able to make it work. It'll
yeah.
be fine.
So if Dave, if you're listening, we're sorry.
Oh my god.
Just let us know either way.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Squid will be there. You guys want to meet him? Come on out.
he'll be signing autographs.
Yeah.
We need to release Squid's Corner 1.
Well,
Is it that?
I didn't think the last one was very good that we recorded.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we kind of teased that in the episode, and then it never
Hell, it's
popped
better
up.
than the shit I've said.
I just didn't think it was very good. He didn't say anything.
It's better than some of the shit I've said.
I didn't want to fucking upload it if it
He
was
wants
worth
the
it.
premiere to be good.
Yeah,
Squid's
exactly.
Corner.
I want it to be like worthy.
Is it worth the data space?
I thought
I got something to ask him about.
the split
Squid?
one was good.
Well-
Ask him about do Squid news segment. And ask him about the Manchester thing, Manchester by the Sea thing. Did you hear about that?
What?
How somebody watched that movie and 2 hours later burned down their own house and killed their kid because they thought that movie was an excuse to get away with it.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
Well, that's just
That
crazy.
actually happened?
That's insane.
Holy shit.
He's gonna. Well, okay. You would ask him that, and he'd go, "I don't know."
I don't know.
Yeah.
He'd go,
Did you see that movie?
Okay, so, but no,
That's crazy.
my segment idea was
Terrifying.
there's a new movie that, because I've been in a couple
Like a in theaters.
in
like
theater
a
movie
new release.
so that I've been in a couple movies with him recently that he just
You can ask him about the
we'd
Matrix.
watch trailers and stuff like that, and he'd be like, "Pfft, "Fucking, this looks so stupid," and like he'd get mad at it. So I want him to talk about a new movie coming out, and then, oh, you like fucking this movie, which sucks? Well, here's an actual movie that I like. I want him to like recommend stuff that he would rather watch than this new movie.
Yeah, he can watch trailers live and then just
Exactly.
react.
Exactly. That's what.
Are you down to
Yeah.
try that?
That's what exactly what I wanted.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe keep an eye on that, and if it's not worth it, you guys know what. If it wasn't good, you know what happened. It's that.
It ain't
But
coming
that-
on.
coming
you don't
out.
hear it.
And hey,
So-
Louise, next time you think you can come to Monster Mania, you better be packing a fucking lunch because you were damn bored.
I bet you she made some money. It's fine.
Yeah, not any of mine or Squid's.
She's got Oscar Gold, man. She's fine.
Nick, are you a woman hater?
No, I love
okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis. I love
You
Kathryn
just,
Bigelow.
You just like how they look.
Why didn't you
No.
bring? Why were you surprised that Jackie Chan wasn't in the Yakuza?
How do we know he wasn't?
Because he's from Hong Kong.
You didn't.
Oh.
You didn't bring him up, and I was surprised.
But anyway, good job.
Because I'm not
good,
the
good
I'm
job.
not
You
what
weren't.
you guys think I am.
Good job. You weren't racist today. Thanks, guys.
You damn right.